Hey guys, I got another package in the mail. Love getting packages in the mail. I'm gonna make some homemade stuff, so I'll show you what I got and then I'll tell you what we're gonna make with it. Got some bentonite clay, if I'm saying that right. So some people use this for clay masks for their face, but I actually have another use for this. It's also gonna go along with this calcium and magnesium powder. Also with this trace mineral drops. I don't know if you can guess what we're going to be making with that stuff just yet. Last thing that's in the box is a big old thing of arrowroot. So this is going to be for a separate project. So the arrowroot I'm going to be using to try to make homemade deodorant. I'm pretty sensitive and very sensitive to some stuff. All the natural ones I've tried have irritated my skin. The one that's come the closest to not irritating my skin is the Herbin Cowboy, but I still get a little bit of irritation. What I used to use and what I have to go back to from time to time is Dove, which I know is bad, so I'm going to try to make my own. So that's why I got some of the arrowroot. This stuff, however, I am going to attempt to make my own Remineralizing toothpaste. So this is some of the main ingredients that I didn't have. Some other stuff. It calls for peppermint oil, like peppermint essential oil, which I don't have any and I didn't order any, and I figured I'll just try some of my peppermint extract. And one reason is because this is just sunflower oil and peppermint oil, so it doesn't have a bunch of other funky stuff since it's a pretty good brand. So I'm going to try this, and if for some reason it doesn't work out, I'll actually try the real peppermint oil, I guess. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put... Hi! Let me go ahead and put everything else together for you guys, and that way you don't have to just look at my hand and other stuff that doesn't matter. Alright, so I will quickly show you some of the other ingredients, and then I'll actually do the whole recipe for you and tell you where I got the recipe from. Okay, so it calls for filtered water. I'm just going to use distilled water. This is what I use for my face wipes. It also calls for the bentonite clay, the calcium powder. It calls for coconut oil. I get this big tub of organic, like virgin unrefined coconut oil from Costco. It's 54 fluid ounces for like 10 bucks, so that's like super cheap. Calls for, says real salt, so I'm going to use some of this Himalayan pink salt. Let's see what else we got. We got the mineral drops, got the peppermint, and a jar of, this doesn't have a name on it, this is my baking soda. And that's it. Alright, so let me go ahead and put everything together. Oh, it calls for xylitol. Now xylitol is actually used because it helps like fight tooth decay, but it also is a sweetener. And I don't have the xylitol, and if this is something that I'm going to continue to make, I'll actually purchase xylitol, but for now, in case I need a little sweetness, I'm just going to use some liquid stevia drops for that. And alright, let's get started. Alright guys, here we go. I got my little mini food processor out. It says to use a food processor. Some of you may have, and I have one too, but this is just more convenient, have one of those large food processors that has a nesting bowl in it. And the nesting bowl can do a lot smaller amounts, so those are kind of cool to have. I'm going to make a half of the recipe, so that way if I don't like it, I'm not going to just waste it. So I will put the link to the original recipe down below, and you can see there's one thing that I don't have, so it's whatever, it's not a big deal. Quarter cup of water just went into here. Next I'm going to add next I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the bentonite clay. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Like I said, you can use it to make face masks and stuff like that. Just like that gray powdery stuff. So we're going to add that into here. It's really nice and soft. See, that's what I figured. That's why I kind of wanted to try this recipe, because I figured even if I ended up not liking it, I could use the clay for a face mask. And by the way, let me just say, when you order or buy or find your bentonite clay, make sure it's food grade. Make sure you can use it for consumption, because some people actually use this and they drink it to like help clean out bowels and stuff like that. So just make sure you get one that is meant for eating, not just for exterior exterior use only, however you say that, internal use only, external use only, whatever, you know what I'm saying. And I know it's just toothpaste, so you'd probably only swallow a very small amount, but I didn't want to take the chance, so I made sure that I ordered one that was specifically for internal and external uses. Alright, let's get this bad boy open. Woo! Let's make a mess! Alright, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the calcium and magnesium powder, give or take. Maybe a little bit more if you're messy like me. What else we got? 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. I think I'm gonna, oh no, I can add that now. That's where this one of my measuring spoons comes in handy. It's actually a tablespoon and a half, which is kind of cool. Oh, actually, let's see. I actually only need a tablespoon and a half, so this is perfect. I have to remember I'm halving the recipe, so I'm like doing the math on the fly, and I'm good with math, but sometimes I get distracted, especially when I'm talking to you guys making the video. Alright, what else we got? 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Half that is 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So it's not very much at all. It's actually good. I don't know if you guys have one of these little grinders or not. I got mine from Trader Joe's. They also sell them at Whole Foods. But whenever I grind too much, I just pour it back in, and there's little holes there, and it kind of like sinks down into it. And then I can just take the top off and shake it over stuff to get a little salt out, or grind what I need. Let's see, baking soda. I need 1/8 of a teaspoon of that as well. I promise I will be editing this, so you're not sitting through all my fumbling, I hope. It's weird, there's not that much baking soda in it. The other recipes that I was looking at had like 3 tablespoons of baking soda. So that's why I'm curious to see how well this one works compared to the other ones. Trace mineral drops. I think people actually use the trace mineral drops in like drinks and stuff too. Don't take my word for it, because I can't remember if I read that or not. Open! Okay, so I just need 5 drops of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop, comes out pretty fast. Peppermint. I just need just a little. That's good. That should be good. Oh, it smells so good too. And we're gonna put a few drops of the stevia in, so that way it sweetens it up a little. 8 drops in there right now. See how that does. Let's put the little lid on. Get it all the way on. Let's find out. All right, here we go. I'm gonna blend this up. All right, guys, I blended it for a few seconds at a time. Then I went in, I scraped down the top and the sides of the dish. I also, let me taste it again. I ended up tasting it, and I added in a little bit more stevia. I could probably do with a little bit more peppermint too. But since that's just for flavoring, I guess it doesn't really matter. It has a slightly salty, bland taste, which I hope makes sense that salty and bland go together. So next I gotta get it in my little tubes, and my husband said he is going to try it. So I'm hoping that the flavor is okay enough for him and that he'll go ahead and give this a good try for about a month before switching back to his Sensodyne, which is what I used to use. Let's see. Don't want to get that anywhere. I bought these little containers from Target. Little travel containers. They're 99 cents or 97 cents each. But I have to get that thick stuff, thick stuff into here. So what I'm thinking I'll do is use a plastic bag and shove all the mixture in the plastic bag and then pipe it into here. If you have reusable pastry bags at home, that would be a really good choice. So if this is something I'm going to make often, I'll probably get myself like a very small reusable pastry bag and just use it to pipe this in here each time so I'm not wasting plastic. Alright. let's get going on that. I don't know if you want to see me doing this or not. So I'll put it in here and edit it out if I don't like it. So I've got a little sandwich bag and I started. I'm just going to try to put all of the mix into this one corner. And again, this is just a half recipe, so it didn't make that much for the half recipe, but it'll be enough for us to both brush our teeth, I don't know, what, a week? And the reason I chose this recipe in particular, not just using like straight up like baking soda, is because I do have sensitive teeth, and this is supposed to be remineralizing. So this is supposed to actually be the good type of recipe for sensitive teeth. So that's why we went ahead and tried this one, or I went ahead and tried this one. All right, let's get as much off as I can. Wipe my hands a little. And then what you want to do, don't seal it just yet, but you just want to slowly squeeze everything down into the corner that you want. All right, I'm gonna get a little cup. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry, I forgot I needed to rinse that out first. So I just got this little cup here to kind of help stabilize it. Let me get some kitchen shears. Kitchen shears are all dirty. No, they're not, they're clean. Okay, I'm gonna snip a little hole, not too big. I'm gonna pipe about half of this in this one, and put the other half in the other container so I can use it, because this one's for my husband. That's probably good. Just gonna put the little cap back on. Give that a few good taps so it settles in on the bottom. All right, so this is, in this container, this is a 3-ounce fluid container. So this is probably about a quarter of the way full. So half a recipe would make half of this full, and then a full recipe would probably, so a full recipe would probably make a full 3-ounce container of this full. Yeah, and it whips it up so it's kind of nice and fluffy. So I'm gonna fill up my container as well, and then we will go to the bathroom and you can watch me brush my teeth. Woohoo! Hey guys. So this is the toothpaste, let's see. This is the toothpaste that I currently use, the Tom's Sensitive Fluoride Free. Does a pretty good job. It's just $7 for this tube. I can order it online for about half the price. I just haven't yet, so I figured I'd try to make my own. All right, let's give this stuff a try. Oh, exciting stuff. You get to watch me brush my teeth. Yay. I'm gonna do it just like I normally do. So here's my container. I got a green container. I actually have a little bit more in mine than I did in my husband's, so it makes a good little bit. And I think for normal toothpaste, you're supposed to use like an inch strip on your toothbrush, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know why we run it under water before we put it on. It's something I've always done. I don't think it makes a difference, but hey, whatever. Here we go. Are you excited to watch me brush my teeth? Woo! Alright. Mouth feels clean. Smile looks pretty good. It's a little gritty when you first use it, but once you rinse your mouth, I don't feel any grittiness at all. So, I mean, not as minty fresh as maybe your regular toothpaste might be, but my mouth doesn't feel gross. I don't have a gross smell in my mouth. I don't have that gross taste in my mouth. So if I continue to use this, I'm gonna actually probably get peppermint oil, like straight up essential oil, and use it in here. That way it'll leave me with more of a fresh taste in my mouth. But I'm gonna use this, maybe a slight gritty flavor, so I might have to actually rinse my mouth one more time. I think I'm gonna use this till it's gone, and then report back to you on how I liked it and see if I want to keep using it. Make sure I have no reactions in my mouth from it, all that good stuff. But so far, it's a thumbs up. So yeah, next project will be deodorant. I'm gonna see if I have everything I need today, and I might actually do that today. So yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching me brush my teeth. Same thing as washing my face. I know it's super exciting, but I want to try to do more homemade stuff like I said before. So I'm gonna try to make a playlist called like homemade household or something like that, and start doing more homemade stuff because it's better for you and it's cheaper in the long run. So I will talk to you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Bye.